Hello there, my name is Estrella, but you can call me Star. Estrella means star in Spanish. And this is my first time doing a video like this. I don't think I've done a longer form video on this channel. I mostly do like animatics and stuff. So yeah, this is pretty new to me. But yeah, I figured it would be fun to just do a little speed paint of my OCs and ramble a bit about my ideas and my OCs backstories and what they're like, in hopes that somebody will listen. So yeah, one of the main reasons why I'm doing a longer form video is because I'm about to go on vacation, and I imagine when I get back I'm not going to have a ton of energy to work on any animatics, because I'm also going to be starting my new job that very next week. So yeah, I figured I'd make this so I could have more than one upload for the month. Yeah, so I guess without further ado, let's get into it. So the OC that I am drawing here is named Clover Conley, and basically the story that these characters would be in would be like a fantasy story. When I was a kid, I wrote these little stories for myself that took, like, stories and poems that took place in this fictional world called Weeping Eve. And basically it was this island that was protected by this evergreen tree that protected souls of dead people, like ghosts. I never really shared any of these stories or poems because I always thought they were stupid, and I still kind of think they are stupid, but I'm older and I don't really care what people think, so yeah. I've kind of been thinking about rewriting parts of it so it could take place like in the 90s. Like, what if it was like the Owl House meets Xena Warrior Princess? I understand that a lot of people who watch my videos are probably not going to know what that is, but basically it is a TV show with lesbians and Greek mythology and this really hot warrior princess named Xena, hence the name Xena Warrior Princess. That was probably the most half-assed explanation of it, but knowing the people who watch my videos, I probably had you sold at the word lesbians and Greek mythology. How do I know? Because I am a lesbian who loves Greek mythology. But anyways, basically in this world, all life comes from death. So that's sort of how the power system works, I guess. Like, if your ancestor was, say, a cleric, you would be a cleric too. I'm obviously gonna like rework a few things, but look, like this, I've had this in my head since I was a kid, so. And basically there's natural magic and artificial magic. All natural magic comes from the souls in the tree, and artificial magic can come from like potions and stuff. And yes, you can use potions and like artificial magic and stuff, but there are negative consequences to the environment if you do, so you should limit the use of artificial magic as much as possible. And yeah, it's sort of in the same sense, like, yes, you can use AI, but it has negative consequences on the environment, so, you know. By the way, I am very much against the use of AI in any context, and I think it's dumb. As I was saying, the character that I am drawing is named Clover Conley. Ideally, she would be the main character of the story. She is a poet and writer. She loves to document everything. She's also very hyperfixated on ghosts and paranormal stuff and monsters, and she finds this portal to Weeping Eve by complete accident while ghost hunting. And instead of the whole trope where like human character finds mysterious world and they have to work on going back home, this is going to be like a reversal of the trope, or a reverse version of the trope, where they are like, okay, I guess I'm gonna stay here now because I have nothing for me back home. But basically, like, she finds her place in Weeping Eve and she accepts that though it is not perfect, she still like finds beauty in it, like, if that makes sense. I was thinking, and like this may be changed a bit, but I was thinking about the song Soldier Poet King. I was thinking maybe I could do sort of a poet turned soldier or poet turned reluctant soldier trope with her, because I mean it's super tragic and like she deserves so much better than that, but it's just like a thought that I've had in the back of my head. Like, I feel like if I do it well, it could work. But I also might not. Maybe not. I'm not sure yet. The OC that I am drawing now is named Cyrus. He is 16, and he is a swordsmith, weaponsmith, and engineer. And as I mentioned previously, since this is a D&D related thing, or inspired thing rather, he is an elf, and I think his multi-class would be Artificer Rogue. I understand that they are sort of similar, but have differing abilities, so yeah, I may add more onto that as his arc, develops and progresses. But yeah, basically, he is the son of the local blacksmith. His father's name is Morthos, and ideally he would be the main antagonist of this story. If I ever do another OC Speedpaint, I will definitely dive deeper into Morthos because I think this, like, his concept could be really cool. But basically Cyrus's arc would be like him finding an identity and like him finding a sense of self outside of his work. Like, he is so consumed by his work and the pressure that his father puts on him to be perfect and like to never screw up, and like he's always worried about being a failure, but then he meets Clover and Piper and he realizes that he doesn't need to be so consumed by work and school, and he is allowed to live and make decisions for himself. Yeah, I think maybe with Clover, I feel like their arc could be maybe enemies to friends. Like, I feel like that'd be really fun. Like, maybe they hate each other, or maybe Morthos tries to gaslight him into thinking that Clover is a bad person. But the more they hang out, Cyrus realizes, oh, I actually have a friend, holy shit. And yeah, I think these main three characters are going to be best friends. I know that for sure. I also think a part of his arc would involve him, like, even finding interests of his own, like, outside of, like, woodworking, working on weapons, stuff like that. Like, I was This is so random, but I was thinking, like, he could know a lot about, like, entomology, like, bugs and animals native to their land. Like, I feel like that would be really cool. I feel like that'd be a really cool trait or a really cool interest for Cyrus to have. I'm basically talking to fill time right now, because I feel like if I talk anymore, I'm gonna, like, give away important plot details, but anyways, something that I do with my OCs, and I'm sure a lot of people do this, I listen to music while I create characters, like a lot of artists do, but something that I like to do is I like to write my characters around songs. So with Cyrus, I used a couple songs. Some of the songs that I used were Runaway by Linkin Park, My Generation by Limp Bizkit, Lament of Orpheus from Hades, Rule 4, Fish in a Birdcage by Fish in a Birdcage, Enemy from Arcane, Legendary from Epic, We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel. Holy shit, I'm about to give this guy so much trauma. And Old Number 7 from The Devil Makes 3. Oh, and Just Like You by 3 Days Grace. I was also, like, thinking the other day, like, I'm likely going to be doing this as a webcomic with one of my friends if they still want to. But, like, I was thinking, if this were to ever be, like, I don't know, an animated series or a podcast, I can imagine Cyrus sounding like Zeno Robinson. Because, I don't know, I kind of imagine him having, like, Vanitas vibes. Like, I don't know if any of y'all watch Case Study of Vanitas. But there was also, like, this random period of my life where when I was, like, making Cyrus, I kind of imagined him sounding like Danny Mata as well. Like, I don't know, that's so random, but because Cyrus is on the younger side, no. Like, love Danny Mata, but, you know. Anyways, this last OC that I'm drawing is named Piper. Piper is probably, like, one of my favorites, but also, like, one of the trickiest characters for me because I've been changing her design so much. Like, I know what I want her to be, but I've been, like, messing around with her design so much because, like, I have so many ideas and I want something that is going to make sense. She's 15 years old, so she's the same age as Clover. She's a musician, an entertainer, and a tiefling College of Swords bard. I've been, like, I want her to be, like, Stevie Nicks inspired, like, not only, like, the music she makes, but also, like, her fashion sense and her energy. She's very clever, cunning, very charming. She knows how to talk her way out of most, if not all, situations. Can be a little bit hot-headed at times, which is kind of justifiable. IMO. I know I want her to have lightning-based powers. Like, I don't know where she is going to get those powers yet. Like, I mean, obviously I said, like, the way the power system works, if your ancestor was one thing, you are going to be that thing. Or if your ancestor had certain powers, you are going to have similar powers. Yeah, so I want her to have, like, rain and thunder-based powers, and I know her main instrument is going to be a lute. I actually had this idea for the design of her lute. Basically, the body of the lute is going to look like a giant raindrop, and the head of it, the neck of it, I guess, is going to sort of look like a little cloud. And I thought it'd be cool, like, this is a really random idea I had one day. This was like a year ago, I think. But like, what if she cast a spell by playing a few notes, and then she held up her lute like a gun, like a shotgun or something, and I don't know, I can't really show you what I'm doing with my hands, but imagine her charging up a spell and shooting it with the neck of her lute. I don't know if that made any sense, but yeah, that probably did not make any sense whatsoever, but like I said, I am still trying to like work out her design and color palette and stuff. I know that purple tieflings are typically associated with you know, like celestial backgrounds, so I may change her back to a blue tiefling, because in my original concept art I had her as like a blue tiefling with like dark purple hair. Yeah, it's like either purple or blue, because like I also kind of want her to like stand out. Like, I want her to be, you know, colorful, because like I said, Stevie Nicks inspiration, and like 70s inspired fashion, it's very colorful, and everybody looked like they just got home from the freaking Ren Fair. But yeah, I kind of like this color scheme. I might change the eyes a bit, like maybe her eyes could turn gold when she's like super pissed, or like when she's casting a spell or something. But yeah. The songs that I used to write Piper, and like I'm still like working everything out and stuff, but I mainly use songs from Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. I freaking love that game. And also Eurydice's song from Hades, Good Riddance, and Alfira's songs from Baldur's Gate 3. I realize now she kind of looks like Alfira. That was not intentional, that's kind of just like what I had in mind. So yeah, you know, don't like accuse me of stealing or anything, please. I kind of imagine her sounding a bit like Eurydice from Hades. And I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but I kind of imagine Clover sounding a bit like Robin from Stranger Things. I also like to imagine that Piper is like not the type to care about what other people think. Like, she is very confident in herself. Like, I also think it would be cool if her and Clover became friends, and Piper taught her, like, you know, how to live, how to be comfortable and secure in herself. Like, I love the idea of them two just bonding over learning how to live. I like that idea. And I was also thinking a really interesting characteristic or trait for Piper to have. She is never going to be one to back down from a fight. And like sometimes that can get her into more trouble than she expects. But yeah, I feel like that could be interesting to explore. Like, she's very tough, she's very headstrong, and like especially when like Clover and Cyrus are in trouble, like she is always going to stand up for them. Anyways, I think that is going to be all for this video. I did not expect this to take as long as it did, but that's okay, because I wanted this to be a longer form video. I just cracked my knuckles really loud, holy crap. If you're interested in checking out more of my art, feel free to subscribe. I make animatics, I do claymation, and pretty soon I will hopefully be doing tutorials. Those will mainly be for my students, but anyone who wishes to use those can use those, of course. Yeah, you can also follow me on TikTok and Tumblr. Those are my main two platforms. And pretty soon I will also be opening up commissions on Fiverr. So if you're interested in commissioning me for concept art or sketches or a claymation video or an animatic, all of that will be opening up pretty soon, hopefully within like the next month or two. Yeah, I am in my final few months of high school, which is freaking scary. And if you're interested in hearing more about my OCs, let me know, because I would be totally cool with making another one of these. And yeah, let me know if you also have any requests for videos, because drink water. I should probably go do that. Be sure to eat, and take care of yourself. I love you. Bye.